All right, so I'm sure you've already heard the Calgary real estate market for the month of June was still breaking records, and they saw an 11% gain in home sales over June of just last year. One of Calgary's biggest issues is that it's still struggling with inventory, with new listings down 3% over last year, and the actual full inventory down almost 36%. So that seller's market is crazy in Calgary, with any new listing attracting multiple buyers. But if you're solely looking at Cochrane, or maybe you're considering that Calgary's market is just too tight and you're now looking to move to Cochrane, you might be wondering, well, what does that all mean for you? Well, in this video, I'm going to touch on how Cochrane's real estate market performed in the month of June and give you a couple tips on things that you can do to make your buying experience or selling experience a little bit easier heading into these summer months. Just before we jump into the video real quick, I'd like to know if you are thinking about moving to Alberta, Calgary, or Cochrane, where are you moving from? And then if you are thinking about moving to Cochrane, what communities have you checked out and which ones are your favorites so far? I'd love to get to know the audience just a little bit better, and that way I can tailor some of these videos to help answer some of your questions. Drop those into the comment section below and let's see where everybody's at. All right, let's dive into Cochrane. So in the month of June, Cochrane's sales actually dropped, with only 93 completed home sales in the entire month. So Cochrane's sales numbers in the month of June actually dropped. So unlike Calgary, we saw a decrease or a little bit of a slowdown here in Cochrane. Now we only had 93 listings sell in the month of June, and that's a 4% decrease year over year from June of 2022, and about a 30% drop of activity over the course of this year. Cochrane did see a slight rise in inventory, however, going up almost 1% from last June. And the month of supply has since rebounded. My last video, we were sitting right around that 1 mark, and we've actually gotten up to about a month and a half of supply going into July. Now, the June sales were broken up mainly in your detached and semi-detached homes, and that makes up almost 72% of your home sales. So a big bulk of the sales data for the month of June was driven by the detached and semi-detached single-family homes. Condominiums and apartments each make up about 16 or 17% a piece. So again, we're just under 30% of the homes were actually townhouses or apartments. Now, while the sales numbers were down this June compared to last June, a lot of that may be attributed to the fact that we are down almost 17% from June 2022 in new listing numbers. So Cochrane only had 120 new listings in the month of June, and that's down 25% from earlier this year. So we're seeing just a big lack of new listings, and what that is doing is continuing this seller's market, which is highlighted by the fact that Cochrane's benchmark price for a detached family home actually rose to $624,000 from $609,000 just last June. So this trend of lower listings, lower inventory, looks like it's going to continue. Typically, we see a few less listings in July based on the fact that sellers are now heading out on vacation. School's out and families are starting to plan their summers. So again, we may look at another month of low listing numbers, which is going to keep that inventory number low and keep that buyer demand really high. So there's a few different things that you can do as a buyer to help you out here. And that is just to be ready. Again, I said this last month, you have to be ready. When a listing comes up, you got to be ready to go see it. You got to get in touch with your mortgage professional, whether it be a mortgage broker, that's my recommendation, or your personal bank, and get those numbers and get that pre-approval taken care of. And that way there's just no financing surprises or scares putting in an offer in a multiple offer situation. Your financing looks solid. The other thing that I really stress for buyers is just be patient. It might take a few months for that listing to pop up, especially if you're being very specific with your wants, which I encourage you to be. Your home is a huge purchase, and you should focus ideally on exactly what's going to be the best property for your family. And if that means waiting an extra month, if you can do it, that's the best move. That way you're happy long-term with your house purchase. So just as bad as it sounds, you got to be patient a little bit and just know what you want and stick to your desires so you are the most happy you can possibly be once you finally find that home for your family. Now for sellers, yes, this still is a seller's market, but Just like the lowered listings due to the July and August and the summer vacations, you are potentially going to see a little bit less buyer traffic because those same buyers may be on vacation as well. So one of the best things to do going into the summer market is to make sure your home is competitively priced and staged well. It doesn't matter what market you're in, whether it's a seller's market or a buyer's market, the better your home is staged, the better your home is priced, the greater chance you have of selling your house over the house down the street. So the same rules apply here. And then in a seller's market, those small little tips may actually bring you more value than you were even expecting, attracting more buyers than you thought possible. So if you have been looking in that Calgary market and you're just getting frustrated with how difficult it is to find a home, I encourage you to take a look at Cochrane and the surrounding communities around Calgary and just see if one of those communities is a better fit for your family's lifestyle, and maybe your dollar goes a little bit further there as well. I'd love to help you and your family find that perfect family home in Cochrane and make that move and make that purchase super easy. And then if you're currently in Cochrane and you're looking to sell your current home to either upgrade or to move into something smaller, which a lot of people are doing currently, I'd love to get in contact with you, sit down, go over a free competitive market analysis on your home and show you what your home is worth, and then decide what the best steps would be to taking your home to market. As always, my information is in the description of the video below and in the pinned comment. And I would love the opportunity to meet you and work with your family to help you achieve all of your real estate goals. Thanks, and we'll see you in the next one.